Hello everybody and welcome to Arkham Horror the card game. Today we're continuing the Dunwich Legacy campaign. Last episode we did extracurricular activity. We did pretty well. We gained 5 experience. We found out Professor Rice was kidnapped and we saved the students. So with that 5 experience, Roland purchased the Bandolier level 2. He now can have 2 additional hand slots which can only be used to hold weapon assets. While you have weapon assets held in 2 or more hand slots, you get +1 willpower. Carolyn used all of her experience, 3 on Charisma, 1 on Effort Vigilant, 1 at a time, play 3 assets from your hand, reducing the resource cost of each by 1. You had to give Logan credit, the man knew how to gear up for Armageddon. And we gained the tarot card Death. You get +1 intellect, and when the game begins, if Death is in your opening hand, you can put it into play. Let's go and embrace a new truth. Okay. Everything is already set aside and set up, so let's go ahead and read. Scenario 1B, the house always wins. Dr. Armitage suggested you track down his associate, Dr. Francis Morgan. He's not sure whether Dr. Morgan is in trouble, but he's not particularly happy with his colleague's present choice of company. He's in the Clover Club, a notorious gambling joint somewhere downtown. Finding the club's exact location isn't easy. You have to grease a few palms just to learn which of the downtown restaurants operates as the club's front. That restaurant is La Bella Luna, a somewhat upscale Italian eatery by the theater. You change into your Sunday best and make your way there. In front of La Bella Luna stands a man in a pinstripe suit who sizes you up as you approach. "Enjoy yourselves," he says with a snake-like grin as he holds open the restaurant's front door. Okay, like I said, everything has already been gathered. We have the Hideous Abominations and Striking Fear set aside. All the locations are in play, and we start in La Bella Luna, and the Clover Club pit boss is in the lounge. We'll read him out when the enemy phase begins. Agenda 1A, the Clover Club. You have entered the Clover Club Casino in search of Dr. Morgan. The club is bustling at this late hour, filled with patrons looking to relax and drink, or make it big. You don't appear to be in much danger. Each criminal enemy gains aloof. Forced, if an investigator deals damage to a criminal enemy, immediately advance. 4 doom threshold. Act 1A, Beginner's Luck. You need to find Dr. Morgan. The club is packed. Perhaps somebody knows where he is. As a reaction ability, when you reveal a Chaos token, you may treat that token as if it were any other token in the Chaos bag. If you do, remember that you have cheated. Group limit once per round. Our objective: when the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately advance. Or that they must immediately spend them in advance, which is 4 per investigator, which is 8. So La Bella Luna, multi-purpose establishment, has a 2 shroud, 2 clues, with an action to resign. This was a bust. Music is cliché, and they only serve spaghetti. As far as covers for underground speakeasies go, it's not particularly creative. Alright, let's give a shuffle here. Alright, let's see what we got. This is a great hand. Wow. I think I would just get rid of that. Okay. Did I shuffle her deck? No harm, no foul, didn't see anything. We'll keep read the signs, but we're gonna get rid of the rest. Okay. That's a pretty good hand as well. Ooh, spacebar. I have half a mind to play teamwork and give the other Thompson over to Carolyn. Should be fighting at 4. She wouldn't be able to really buff it all, but I mean, it wouldn't be bad. But we won't, just to be safe. All right, we have a few things we want to do here, so let's start with Roland. Major things we want to do is get the key out. So key V's out. Now we're going to play Emergency Cash. Play Lita. So we've given ourselves a permanent boost to our fight. We've got the key out so we can take some horror. And the cash gets us ready to play Thompson next turn. Now Carolyn. Let's play St. Hubert's Key for 1. Gain a resource. 2. Spend them on read the signs. So once again, read the signs. Investigate. Add your willpower to your skill value for the investigation. You may ignore any effect or keyword on your location which would trigger during this investigation. If you succeed, discover 1 additional clue. We succeed. We're going to go as fast as possible. So that means we might do some aggressive drawing on both players' turns. Let's see. The enemy phase. The Clover Club Pit Boss. He's 3 fight, 4 health, 3 evade. Criminal Elite. Preys on the highest intellect. He's a hunter. Forced effect. After an investigator at the Clover Club Pit Boss's location gains any number of clues, the Clover Club Pit Boss readies, engages the investigator, and makes an immediate attack for 2 physical damage. He's worth a victory point. So he comes on down. Just getting that ready. Upkeep phase. Draw a card. That. Wow. Okay. It's all coming together. Why is my mouse being wonky? Alright, logical reasoning's okay. She'd really like to get out. Oh my god, this mouse. Hypnotic therapy. As soon as possible. Okay, Mythos. Okay. And Roland went first, so let's hunt it down. If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, hunt it down, gain Surge. If there are 1 or more unengaged criminal enemies in play, each of them moves 1 location towards you. Already done. Each criminal enemy that engages you as a result makes an immediate attack. So, in the first agenda, this doesn't do anything, which is great. And Cursed Luck for Carolyn. Cursed Luck. Put Cursed Luck into play in your threat area. You get -1 skill value during skill tests. Forced after you succeed at a skill test by 1 or more, discard Cursed Luck. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Alright. Roland is going to continue to set up, but I kind of want Carolyn to get going. We're going to draw. That's good. We're going to draw again. And we're going to draw 1 more time. Perfect. Okay, we know what we're doing next turn. Roland, playing the Thompson. Don't know if you can hear my daughter in the background. Okay. Then we're going to gain a resource. And draw a card. Okay, cool. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep phase, draw a card. Vicious Blow's great, gain a resource. Draw a card. Foolishness, okay. Gain a resource. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't hurt us too bad. And a little freeze from tabletop. There we go. Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. crap. No doom was placed by its effect, lose 2 resources. Eyes are all around you, watching your every move. That's arousing suspicions. That's the one we didn't want to draw. But I feel like we're pretty decently set up, at least on Roland's side here. Carolyn. A mobster. Good thing we did that in that sequential order. Would have been much worse. We still advance next turn. So I guess it wouldn't be much worse. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have Carolyn go first. And I think we're gonna put Foolishness is good to just keep for that 2. Because I don't see Carolyn taking 9. So maybe we'll actually ditch and then save Foolishness for the 2 skill test. So for Carolyn's first action, she's going to move into the Clover Club Lounge. Comfortable leather couches, mahogany furniture, and an array of beautiful art greets gamblers, tempting them into a life of the would-be affluent. It's a 2 Shroud 0 clue location. While it's Act 1, Clover Club Lounge gains action, discard an ally asset from your hand, gain 2 clues from the token pool, limit once per game. So we're going to use that action to gain 2 clues, get rid of Peter, and we're going to move. The Clover Club Card Room. As you approach the card room, the clinking of poker chips and the shuffling of cards is punctuated by shouts of revelry and frustration. Your thoughts are nearly drowned out by the racket. 3 Shroud, 0 clues. While it is Act 1, Clover Club Card Room gains action. Spend 2 resources, reveal a random chaos token. If it is the Elder Sign symbol, gain 2 clues and 2 resources from the token pool. If it's an even number, gain 2 clues from the token pool. If it's an odd number or a symbol, nothing happens. Okay. She's all set up too. That's good. Now, we gotta think through a little bit with our man over here. And the reason I say that is because we have 3 actions and we're in La Bella Luna. On the next turn, everything here is going to get moved over here, and there's going to be a monster. And the monster will eat all criminal enemies at the location. But we want to kill the Clover Club pit boss because we want the victory point. So the dilemma is do we stay here and gear up, or do we move twice and gamble, but then we would have to move shoot to keep him. So I guess we're gonna move down, gain a resource. Do I play Bandolier? Or do I draw a card? I think I draw a card. Agency backup. Okay. Might actually be able to get you in play. We'll see. If I get some custom ammunition or additional ammunition, that'll help, but we'll see. Okay. Enemy phase. He's gonna move up. It's fine. Upkeep phase. Draw a card. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Gain a resource. She has 8 in hand. She's okay. Remember, she has ward protection. Mythos. Now, because of this doom, we trigger Agenda 1B on the right track. Your questioning has drawn the attention of several men, hired thugs by the looks of them. Francis doesn't want to be bothered, one of them says. We suggest you leave the premises before we force you to leave. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. If the players have completed extracurricular activity, advance directly to Agenda 2B. If the house always wins is the first scenario of the campaign, advance to Agenda 2A. So Agenda 2A was Underground Muscle. Most of the other patrons seem oblivious to the mobsters and goons closing in around you, but you recognize this for what it really is. You're about to get roughed up. Agenda 2B, Sudden Chaos. You hear a crash from somewhere outside and screams of pain in the lounge. A terrible monstrosity smashes through the entrance to the club, crushing the stairwell and knocking over gangsters and patrons alike. Spawn a random enemy from the set-aside Hideous Abominations encounter set in the Clover Club lounge. Shuffle the rest of that encounter set, the set-aside Striking Fear encounter set, and the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Move all investigators and unengaged enemies from La Bella Luna to the Clover Club lounge. Remove La Bella Luna from the game. Okay, so the mobster moves down. These guys move over. They engage Roland. Hideous Abominations. We're going to shuffle. Pull one out. Striking Fear. The other Hideous Abominations. Into the encounter deck. Good shuffle. And we get Conglomeration of Spheres. Alright. Not the worst. Not the best. Yeah, at least he's going to eat this mobster. We might get lucky and draw the stronger mobster, but we'll see. Here goes. Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. If no doom was placed by this effect, lose 2 resources. Wow. Okay, well at least we know they're both hopefully going to die this turn. Okay, Carolyn. Rotting Remains. Test 3 Horror. Now, we have stuff we could commit. I say we commit Solemn Vow. Yeah. So we are a 6 to a 4. Actually, we're a 4 to a 3. That's okay. Let's commit Teamwork. So we're a 5 to a 3. So we take 1 horror. That is perfectly okay. Alright. Roland has some work to do here. And the baby's crying. Alright. So let's kill this pit boss. So we're going to use a bullet, gain a resource. So we are a 7 to his 3. Cool. And then we're going to use a bullet to gain a resource, shoot him again. He's gone. So is that doom. Okay. And our last action is going to use the bullet, gain a resource. We're shooting the conglomeration. And that deals 3 damage because it's a monster. And that is Roland's turn. Carolyn. Carolyn is... What is Carolyn going to do? She's going to gain a resource. Gamble. Nice. Now, we could gamble again, but if we gain a resource, then next turn we have a really good shot. But I could also play Hypnotic there. Oh, I have Emergency Cash. Oh, we play that. Okay, she's completely set up to do multiple things next turn. Alright. Enemy phase. So at the beginning of the enemy phase... Oh, did I not read Agenda 3A, Chaos in the Clover Club? Amidst the chaos and confusion, the strange abominations attack everyone in the club. Screams echo through the halls as the blood begins to spray. Forced, at the start of the enemy phase, discard each criminal enemy at the same location as an abomination enemy. So, the mobster goes bye-bye. And that's before they attack. Then enemies that hunt will hunt, and then enemies will attack. So Lita's going to take a damage. The Key of Ys. The Key of Ys is going to take 1. pumping all my stats by 1. Beautiful. Upkeep phase. Draw a card. Perfect. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Gain a resource. That's good. Okay. I apologize, I have a little bit of a cold. Okay. It's 1 Doom. Turn 4. Roland. Let's move this over. It's a thug. Well, I am planning on finishing this off this turn, so I might as well take him out as well. I'll have enough money to play the other Thompson. So, I mean, I could play Dynamite Blast. Keep this Thompson. Damaging. Lita would take 1, I'd take 2. Knock them both out in 1 action. I don't know. Carolyn gets Dissonant Voices. She cannot play assets or events, and at the end of the round discard the Dissonant Voices. Okay. You know what I never get during this phase? I never get the one that makes it so you can't move, or it takes 2 actions to move. I never get that, like, when I'm fighting stuff. Which I guess, actually, now that I think about it, is good, right? That would make me use Dynamite. Yeah, so. Okay. Who wants to go first? Carolyn does? Carolyn does. Yeah. Okay. Carolyn will gamble. Oh my god. She did it. Legend. Okay, so we have to immediately advance. High Roller. After speaking to a number of gamblers and servers, it seems as though Dr. Morgan has had quite the run lately. Instead of cashing out his winnings, he was convinced to double down. He was last seen entering the guarded hall near the back of the card room. Put the set-aside darkened hall into play. If it is Agenda 1, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a criminal enemy is discarded and spawn the enemy in the darkened hall. We're just going to grab everything. Cool. Carolyn is going to move into the darkened hall. A heavy oak door stands in a secluded corner of the club. As you approach it, the air grows heavy and the clamor of the card room fades behind you. 4 Shroud, 0 clues. Forced, when darkened hall is revealed, put into play 3 set-aside back hall doorway locations. The door slams shut behind you and you stand in a sudden silence. This area of the club is lonesome and devoid of warmth and color. Somehow the spotless floors and walls seem more sinister than inviting. And for her last turn, she'll go into the back hall doorway. She found the VIP area. While you're in the VIP area, you cannot draw cards or gain resources during the upkeep phase. The coppery smell of blood assaults your senses. The floor is littered with broken glass and the upholstery has been torn to shreds. Where is Dr. Morgan? It's kind of not great that we found this one first. This is best found second in my opinion. But we'll do what we can. At least we've got back here. Okay. Now, is there any shenanigans with leaving them both alive? I don't think so. I could play agency backup. But that wouldn't kill anybody. Do Roland special. Alright, now let's just spend a bullet, shoot the conglomeration. That is a pass. It is dead. Use a bullet, gain a resource, shoot the thug, 8-4. It's a pass. Play the bandolier and hold 2 Thompsons. There's no point right now. Play the other Thompson. Okay, cool. Geared up again. Ready to literally take out the rest of the game. This distant voices will be gone. Alright. No enemies, which is nice. Upkeep. Draw a card. Cool. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Gain a resource. That's alright. Mythos. Doom. Let's see what we get tossed at us. Rats is fine. She gets a thug though, that's no good. Yeah. She's gonna have to deal with that for a turn. Okay. Roland first. Punch rats. Fail. That's very bad. Okay, punch rats. 1, 2, 3 for Pathfinder. We're going to use Pathfinder to move down 1. That is unfortunate, but we got Pathfinder out, which is good. Carolyn, though, she could delay the inevitable and then do whatever she wants. It's not a bad idea. Dynamite Blast. She could deny the inevitable, gain clues, and move. Okay. Delay the inevitable, so we attach that to us. Only play during your turn. Attach to investigator at your location under his or her control. Reaction ability: when you are dealt damage or horror, discard, delay the inevitable, and cancel all damage and horror just dealt. When the Mythos phase ends, you may either spend 2 resources or discard, delay the inevitable. So it doesn't get rid of everything. It just gets rid of like 1 set of damage. Does that change what I do then? I thought like it worked for like a turn. So, alright, let's think. Do I have anything that... Foolishness would help evade. Okay. Let's try... And so would delay the inevitable. Should we try a basic evade? Or should we just go ahead and use foolishness? To be 2 up. Or be... you know what, let's just be 3 up. Alright, we're 3 up. On evading. 5 to 2. He's evaded. Okay. Let's get out of here. We're going to read the signs. So that makes us a 9 versus 3. Elder sign. She can heal herself. Gain a resource. We also get the clues. And we'll move. Someone's going to have to go back there. We might do a swap here. So she'll go in, get some clues. Roland goes into the VIP area, because that's where we have to be. He will... But I don't know, Roland's got more move, though. Like, Carolyn... Maybe Carolyn will draw some offensive stuff. It's hard to tell. We'll see, we'll see. Let's just play it out. That was my phase, right? Yeah, I haven't drawn for these guys yet. Okay, enemy phase. Upkeep phase. Steadfast is alright. Acquiring Mind will be good, yeah. Okay. Right. Don't screw us now, Mythos. Roland? Hunt it down. If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, there is. There was one location towards you. But it doesn't engage me, so it won't attack, Carolyn. It's fine. Carolyn gets distant voices again. Okay. It's fine. Good thing we moved up one, because Roland can come on down. So let's make sure we make that the investigation this time. Roland is going to use Pathfinder to move on down to her location. I'm going to use a bullet to gain a resource to shoot. So that's an 8 to a 4. He is gone. Oh yeah, we got rid of Cursed Luck when we did that investigation. Great. Alright. Now, the question is, do we send Roland back up to deal with what's going to go on here and have Carolyn do here? I think that is what we do. And if that's the case, we're going to spend an action to play the Bandolier, which boosts our willpower one more, which is great. We have Steadfast in hand, and we're going to move back up one to the card room. Okay, Carolyn. One of these is easier than the other. That's all I got to say about that. So, it's 50-50. Let's go to the top. The art gallery. Not the one we needed, but it's fine. 2 shroud, 2 clues forced. After you fail a skill test while investigating the art gallery, you lose 2 resources. Exotic art and antiques, adorn the walls of Peter Clover's private gallery. An evening breeze rustles the worn pages of the ledger back and forth. Okay, we're gonna do... There's something that really buffs us, eh? I'm a 5 to a 2. Can only fail by 1. So I say. We'll play Inquiring Mind just because. +1. Like we needed it. Just to ensure, we're going to play Ward of Protection on this last investigate. So we're 6 to a 2. Didn't need to, but that's fine. So we've got all the clues we need. Next turn we can trigger the skin game. Okay. Enemy phase, none. Upkeep phase. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, there's a weakness. Psychosis. Add psychosis to your threat area. After you take 1 or more horror, take 1 direct damage, which is fine. Draw a card. Shriveling. Kinda need it now, but might come into play. Why did I do that? Need to gain a resource. Well, I don't know what you think about that, but whatever. I don't know why I clicked that. We're doing it on Doom, so let's cross our fingers we don't get screwed here. Knock on wood. Rotting Remains. That is fine. We are a 5 to a 3. We'll just let it go. -1 we pass. Kinda wish I actually got hit by that. Okay. Conglomeration of Spheres. This is bad. Can she pull it around? She can. She can also shrivel it. Let's pull it around first, though. Have we seen one of these this game? Yes, we have. We've killed one. Okay. It's 1 fight, 6 health, 4 evade. Monster Abomination. I think we have. I don't know. Prey Lois. Yes, we have. Alright. So, Carolyn. We're doing this for the team, eh? We're gonna take a crap ton of damage. Sanity. Got any tricks? Not really. So if we move. That is 2 damage, 2 horror. But then we can spend our clues. Now this is where it's going to get rough. If the player, so this is Dr. Morgan's Fate Act 2B. If the players have not completed extracurricular activity, we have. If the players have completed extracurricular activity, the VIP rooms are filled with mangled and bloody bodies of unfortunate patrons. There doesn't appear to be any trace of Dr. Morgan. You hear screaming and gunfire from the main area of the club. Put the set-aside Peter Clover into play at the Clover Club bar. Search the encounter deck or out of play for an abomination enemy and spawn it in the Clover Club bar. Advance to 3A fold. Free drinks for whoever gets me the hell out of here, a man exclaims from the bar. While Peter Clover is not controlled by a player, he gains action parlay. Test 3 willpower to convince Peter to follow you. If you succeed, place 1 clue from the token bank on him, and if there's 2 clues per investigator on Peter, take control of him. Objective: if each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. So, Peter Clover is in the bar, and of course, the worst abomination is left. It was actually the next card to be drawn. But it's all okay. Alright, so Peter Clover, he's a 0-cost asset. He's holding all the cards. He's a human and a criminal. Forced at the start of the enemy phase, if no investigator controls Peter Clover, deal 1 damage to him. As a fast action, exhaust Peter Clover, automatically evade a criminal enemy at your location. He has 3 health, 2 sanity. The Servant of the Lurker, 4 fight, 5 health, 2 evade, monster abomination, preys on the lowest agility. He's a hunter. When the Servant of the Lurker attacks you, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. And he deals 2 physical damage and 2 horror. Mental damage. Okay. Carolyn, boom, boom. She still has a turn. She could try punching it. If we play Shriveling, she'll take so much damage. So screw it, let's do it. Carolyn fights for her friends. Okay, Carolyn. Good on you. Right. We're gonna use Pathfinder to move up into the Clover Club bar. The shelves behind the bar sag beneath the weight of all manner of bootleg drinks. Cheap ales, moonshine, expensive bottles of wine, aged whiskey, if you only had a couple hours to kill. The bar. It's 3 shroud, 0 clues. While it's Act 1, Clover Club bar gains action. Spend 2 resources, gain 2 clues from the token pool, and draw 2 cards. Remember that you had a drink. Limit once per game. Well, we can't do that. So the Servant of the Lurker engages with us. Haven't used an action yet. Gotta spend a bullet. Whoa. The freeze on this. Gain a resource. So currently we are a 8 to a 4, so there's no point to buff it. Right? Right. Cool. I almost discarded him. Since he's a monster, takes 3 damage. Spend a bullet. Gain a resource. Shoot him. He's dead. Get over there. Now we're going to parlay with Mr. Pita. So it is what? Parlay 3. So we're going to commit... What do we commit? Dynamite Blast would put us at a 6 to a 3. Hallowed Mirror would put us at a 7 to a 3. Cool. So we get 1 clue on Peter. And that is that. Enemy phase. Carolyn takes a hit. She's hurting. But she's going to fight back next turn. Upkeep phase. We drew the tower. That could suck. But we can also just play it, so. Right? Death. Welcome, death. Mythos phase. Okay, we're doing good so far. Come on. Something in the drinks. Have we seen this? Surge. Each player who has had a drink loses 1 action. An unpleasant warmth fills your body, and you sluggishly look at your empty glass. Arousing suspicions. Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. If no doom was placed, lose 2 resources. Now I can't play the tower. But that wasn't bad. Rats. That's actually bad. Okay. Carolyn. I actually would rather use start with Roland. Because yeah. Carolyn's gotta take care of herself. No, okay, we'll start with Carolyn. Let's properly kick some ass. Alright, we shrivel. So that will be a 4 to a 1. But we'll play Dynamite Blast to be a 6 to a 1. No, sorry, 5 to 1. Oh, this is gone. That was gone a while ago. Right? Could I have played that shriveling there? Good question. Okay. In the case that I couldn't, I'd lose an action here. Should I handicap myself like that? Yeah, we will. Okay. Just in case. I want to do it right. So we are 4 to a 1. Or 5 to 1. Oh. Okay, we'll heal and gain resource. Get rid of the rats. Okay. So that was my first action. Or technically second. Third action, lead a shrivel. Put in a solemn vow. That was a 6 to a 1. Again, 1, 2, 3. I take a horror. You take 2 damage. Alright, she's on like knife's edge, but she should be able to take him out. I hope. Okay. Roland. Can't commit skill cards. Or cards to skill tests, sorry. Okay, so we are a 5 to a 3. Auto fail. Crap. Okay, we got it that time. Oh, and he was supposed to take a damage at the beginning of the phase. But now that he has 2 clues on him, we take control of him. Which is good. Those 2 actions. I'm going to Pathfind. From the bar to the card room. We're going to move to the darkened hall. Okay. Enemy phase. It's bad news for Carolyn. Upkeep. Draw a card, gain a resource. Draw a card. So she takes this. This goes up here. Attached to fight the Black Wind to the current agenda, Carolyn Fern takes 1 direct horror. Forced at the end of the round, if any amount of horror was assigned to investigator this round and it was not healed, place 1 doom on the agenda. I can't remember if she healed or not this turn. I think she did though. Did she heal? I believe she did. She got that elder sign, right? When we were fighting the rats. So I don't think I put a doom on. Like, legit. I mean, if we did, we would lose. Can't lose. So that comes back out. Mobster. Okay. Hunt it down. There are no unengaged enemy criminal enemies in play. So she gets a swarm of rats. Carolyn might be done, friends, this round. So it might be just a solo escape. Any way to save Carolyn and escape. We have a free action in. Kill. Move. No, there's no way. Free action in. Kill. Move. Nope. We would need 5 actions to even kill one of the thing. Just to kill the rats. Because Carolyn would have to have nothing on her to escape, too. 1, 2, resign. So Carolyn actually has to take trauma. I wish we could choose it, to be honest. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Well, yeah. You know what? I think I'm okay with it. Because this is a hard enough scenario as it is. It's very tough, I think. Maybe it's because of the combination I have. Like two guardians, if you count her as a guardian. So let's just do Roland. Pathfind. Oh, actually, hold on. Peter will automatically evade Mobster. Pathfind will get us into the back hallway. I'll spend 2 on working a hunch. Take a free clue. Actually, can I undo the, Can I undo that? I'm gonna bring him with me. So he comes with me. Oh, wait. Would I be able to do this then? I think we'll still be able to do it. Hold on. So instead of pathfinding, we spend an action to move in. And he comes with, dealing 1 damage. Right? Then we played working a hunch to get a clue. We spend a bullet to shoot him. He dies. I get a clue. And I resign. Carolyn dies. She takes physical trauma. Because there's no way I can get mental trauma to rack up. Yeah. Unless I can attack myself. No, that doesn't work. So Carolyn's going to take physical trauma. Meaning, each undefeated investigator has resigned. You make your way toward the rain-slicked streets of Arkham. If an investigator resigned with Peter Clover under his control, R3, otherwise R1. Escaping the club. Well, Carolyn, Peter and I are going to carry... Peter's got a cut on his forehead. Roland and Lee are both, like, bleeding and stuff. But we got Carolyn. Now, if I hadn't possibly screwed up, would we have been able to... No, I don't think so. It's just bad luck for her. Okay, let's read R3. I'm excited. I've never done this. This is why I kind of chose for this to happen. R3. Resolution 3. Although you were unable to find Dr. Morgan in the club, the man you rescued is grateful for your help. He introduces himself as Peter Clover, the owner of the establishment you just left. Despite the situation, he maintains an air of quiet professionalism. As you make your way towards the street, a well-polished Chrysler B70 rolls up to you, and a gorgeous woman with long brown hair and narrow eyes exits. She is flanked by dangerous-looking men who slip their hands under their suit jackets when they see you. "Peter," she says with a sigh of relief. "Good, you're okay. I heard there was trouble." She turns and glares at you with deadly eyes. "Who are they?" Mr. Clover dusts off his vest, unworried. "Naomi, my dear, these are friends of mine. They, clears his throat. "They escorted me off the premises," he explains after a short pause. "They have earned our gratitude." The woman crosses her arms and takes a moment to size you up before giving you a smirk. "Very well, then. I must thank you for taking care of Peter. Run along now. We'll handle things from here." She nods to the goons flanking her, and they walk past you toward the club's rear entrance, pulling firearms out from underneath their coats. You're not sure what handling things means, but you're pretty sure you don't want to be here when the gunfire starts. You thank Naomi and Peter and head off. Cool. In your campaign log, record that Naomi has the investigators' backs. So this is an interesting run for me. I've done Dunwich many times, but I've never gotten the two outcomes we've had so far. Like, I've never saved the students, like that, the way we did in the first one, and I've never been able to save Peter. Me as the investigators. That is cool. In your campaign log, record that Dr. Francis Morgan was kidnapped. I mean, we're not doing well on, like, finding the doctors, but... Or the old men. Dr. Francis Morgan was kidnapped. Okay. If any player cheated, add 1 Elder Thing Chaos token to the Chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. We did not cheat. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Okay. So, we gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's the most you can get out of here. Whatever. I think that's all you can get. Unless there's, like, bonus experience on one of the other ones, but 5 experience is good. We are happy with that. What did I put? I'm going to make more space so I can put the experience over here. Alright, so experience-wise... Alright, as always, I'm very candid with what I feel like I'm going to do with Roland, and when it comes to Carolyn, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I said, I'll always ask for help. But what I think I'm going to do with Roland, actually what I think I know I'm going to do with Roland, is we're going to pick up Stick to the Plan. Now, what Stick to the Plan is going to do for us is it's going to thin his deck by 3 cards. And I believe you get to draw your hand first? I'm not sure how Stick to the Plan works. I've only used it once. But we're kind of already set up for this, so let's just actually get in here. Click. Okay, so Stick to the Plan, I'm pretty sure allows you to take Upgrade and... or is it Supply? It might be Supply. I think it's Supply and Tactic cards. So we can take Custom Ammo, we could take Dynamite Blast, we could take Emergency Cash, take Extra Ammo, we could take Prepared for the Worst, we could take Shortcut. I think that might be it. But that's a lot. Like that's some good stuff. And it thins our deck so that we get to other things quicker. But I'll also have 2 more experience, so I'm not sure if I'm going to want another Pathfinder, or maybe even just There is that new card, Versatile. A new video won't come out quick enough if I want to go the Versatile route, only because Versatile I don't think has been ruled yet how the extra cards enter your deck. So Versatile, for those who don't know, increases your deck size by 5, and you get to include one card from another faction as long as it's level 0, like any faction, like the Dunwich Investigators. But people are debating whether it works like Exile, and the way Exile works is when you exile a card, you remove it from your deck permanently, and you get to refill on the next scenario for free. So you can slot in a card, like a level 0 card at no experience. Because normally if you switch a level 0 for a level 0, you do have to pay 1, unless you have something like Adaptable, which is a rogue card. So people were saying that it might follow the rules where you have to pay the new, like at least one experience, to get all the cards in, so you have to spend 5 experience. I don't think that's how it's going to be ruled. So, but that's currently how Arkham DB views it. So when I tested it, so hopefully, if you're hearing this in the future, it's already been solved and you already know this and you're just laughing at me. But yeah, I'll see what we can do. Cards from other, like, I don't know if we want horror healing cards from another faction, or if we want to go a money route, like some rogue cards that will get us money, like investments, Lone Wolf, or something. So yeah. And it might not be a bad idea to save up some experience for Stick to the Plan for Carolyn as well. But we'll see what we can do with 5 with her, and we'll get back. You'll hear back. But before we continue, or before we end, I believe we're supposed to proceed to Interlude 1 and read Armitage's Fate. So let's do that now. I know this is already a long video and I was trying to keep it lower than the last one, but there's extra stuff to do. Okay, check the campaign log. If the investigators were unconscious for several hours, read Armitage's Fate 1. Otherwise, skip to Armitage's Fate 2. Well, we weren't, so... When you arrive at Dr. Armitage's home in Southside, you find him sitting at his desk, pale-faced and sweating with worry. He is grateful to you for searching for his colleagues, but he doesn't look relieved. With a long pause, he strains his glasses and explains. I'm afraid I must apologize. There's something I didn't mention to you earlier. Dr. Armitage then spins a tale you would scarcely believe had it not been for your harrowing experiences earlier that night. And a couple weeks ago with Irmadoth. We'll add that in later. In your campaign log, record that the investigators rescued Dr. Henry Armitage. Cool. Okay. Any one investigator may choose to add Dr. Henry Armitage to his or her deck. The card does not count towards the investigator's deck size. Can be found in Armitage's Fate encounter set indicated by this icon. The story continues in Scenario 2, Miskatonic Museum, which we'll do next time. Okay, so let's see. Who wants Dr. Henry Armitage? I guess it doesn't matter, eh? Dr. Henry Armitage. He's a 2-cost asset. That is so pixelated. The head librarian. He's ally and Miskatonic traded. He's worth 2 wild icons, which is always good as well. After you draw a card, discard that card and exhaust Dr. Henry Armitage. Gain 3 resources. Oh. Hello, Roland. Armitage knew he would be meddling with terrible powers, yet saw there was no other way to... Can't read that. To annul the deeper, more malign meddling which others had done before him. H.P. Lovecraft, The Dunwich Horror. I say Roland takes it. I mean, yeah, I mean, Roland, no matter what, spoiler, I don't think he can make it through the very end of this campaign if he makes it that far, but up until then, this is going to be great. Why not? Let him have some fun. Alright. So, let's... Dr. Henry Armitage, whatever. In you go. Wow. What a game. Right, if I made mistakes, which I probably did, almost certainly did, please let me know. I apologize if they were so bad that I shouldn't have won, but I'm gonna take this. I'm too excited not to take this W. So yeah, but please let me know how I could have done better and like all that stuff. So now we have 36 cards in this deck, for better or for worse. For those who may have noticed, I might update the game session because A Thousand Shapes of Horror Mythos pack has come out, and I think I have to like reboot this. So the search for Kadath cards were over here that were added in, so I'm assuming Thousand Shapes of Horror will be here. So if I do want to use those cards, I'll have to like reboot the system, which is fine. You guys won't really see a difference. It just means I have to reset up all of this, I think. So I'm gonna like save a snapshot of this just to make sure, because I might have to like retype in stuff as well. We'll see. That's gonna be all behind the scenes. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, give me deck help. I know Roland's probably a lost cause already, but Carolyn's not terrible. I've only made a few little choices. Can be undone, right? Right? Carolyn might survive. She still hasn't got a Cursed Fate in her deck yet, so. Okay, I've been Shadow. Take it easy, guys. Peace.